I've always been interested in biology, and when I was working on my first degree, I was discouraged from pursuing it, and I went a different route and ended up with a degree in the humanities. And then with some encouragement, I decided to go back to school, and while taking some of the nursing courses, I really found my passion for biology and just wanted to keep taking biology courses. And then I took an environmental science course, and it combined both the science and the humanities, and I just really enjoyed it. I think it's a great mesh of the two areas that interest me. So the zebra mussels interested me because I'm from New York, and they actually hit New York in the 90s. And when I read about the zebra mussels last October, I didn't realize they hadn't hit Minnesota yet. And at the time I was taking environmental science with Dr. Deaver, and we started talking about them. And from there I decided it would be really exciting to work with zebra mussels, especially in the area. It's important to study the zebra mussel population in Lake Sarah because Lake Sarah is one of the few lakes that has a self-sustaining walleye population, so this can be very concerning for the future of this population and the overall health of the lake. So this summer I worked in conjunction with the Department of Natural Resources on my environmental science capstone project. So once a month, starting in June, we conducted plankton tows on Lake Sarah. After preserving the samples, we then took them back to the lab and analyzed them for zebra mussel larva counts. From there, we were able to determine the density of larvae at each site and determine the overall extent of the zebra mussel infestation. We're pouring ethyl alcohol into the sample to help preserve and kill them, since we're not allowed to transport them while living.
Since they're invasive. Good.
What we learned about Lake Sarah is that the zebra mussel population spawned much earlier than anticipated and much earlier than northern Minnesota lakes. There was also a second spawn that occurred in late July, early August, which is not typical for northern Minnesota lakes. I'm a non-traditional student. I was working on a second degree in nursing, and my husband relocated to the area, and so I transferred to SMSU. SMSU as a non-traditional student has been a blessing in a lot of ways. I really need flexibility. I have children at home, and I have been able to take them to classes sometimes, and I'm able to email professors if one of my kids is sick, and that's just not something that you could do at a larger university. I'm very interested in working in freshwater aquatic environments. I think it would be good to blend my humanities and science background in order to educate the general population about invasive species and other environmental issues.